Hi everybody, Adrian from Living Holistic Health here, and apologies if you've already been watching part of this video. I've just had to redo it because there's something happening there with the recording. But basically, today we're talking about allergies and allergy relief. This time of year, we've got so many people coming into our clinic who are suffering from all sorts of things: eczema, itchy throats, runny noses, hard to breathe. They're popping antihistamines like your Zyrtex, your Telfast, your Claritines, all that sort of thing. Asthma pumps, nose sprays, Nasonex, all that sort of stuff on a regular basis, because this time of year, of course, we've got the pollen out, we've got hay fever rife, and lots and lots of people get affected. So what I'm trying to today talk to you a little bit about, give you a bit of a flavour of, is what we can do naturally and through diet and nutrition to help reduce the impact of allergies. And hopefully this is something that can directly apply to you and you can get some relief from, or some friends or family that you know of. And I do apologise if you've heard this before, but I'll say it again because let's hope this works, Facebook. Okay, so what we're trying to do is two things when we're looking about allergy relief. The first thing we're trying to do is we're trying to control the release of histamine. Histamine is the compound in your body that's produced, which gives you, in response to allergies, which gives you the symptoms of, the swelling, the runny noses, the watery eyes, all that sort of stuff. That's a direct result of histamine being produced in your body in excessive amounts. So that's histamine. The second thing we're trying to do when we're talking about allergy relief is reduce that inflammation that's occurring in your body because of the impact of histamine. So the two things we want to do. We want to reduce histamine, and we want to control the impact of the inflammation in your body caused by the histamine. So there are some things that we can do through diet and certain foods and nutrients to do these things. So let's focus on histamine firstly. I'm going to put up a little bit of a diagram here, and I know that you can't really see it because it's kind of backwards because of the whole Facebook phone thing. But basically what this diagram is showing is the biochemistry of histamine and how it's produced and what it does. So up the top here we can see that there's a compound just at the top there called histidine, which is the precursor, so the thing that comes before histamine. And it goes through lots and lots of enzymes and nutrient cofactors to make histamine. Okay, so in a nutshell, what we're trying to do is we're trying to basically alter this particular pathway and make it work more effectively to get rid of histamine. We don't want histamine to build up on the body, we want it to break it down and get rid of it. So there's two things we need to do. The first thing we need to do is we need to target foods that produce histamine in the body. And yes, there are foods that do that. In particular, they are the foods like your matured cheeses or your smoked meats or anything that's been preserved and aged. They have got a very, very high histamine content in them. So we want to pull those out of the diet. And if you like the mature cheeses and wine and alcohol and smoked meats, well, unfortunately, you might, if you want to reduce the impact of allergies, you might have to curtail those things in your diet. Okay? That's the first thing you want to do. The second thing you want to do is you want to help the body eliminate the histamine when it's produced anyway, which is trying to support this one particular enzyme there called DAO. And that DAO enzyme is critical to degrade the histamine and get rid of it from the body. Now, things that are going to slow that enzyme down and stop it working properly are things like alcohol, as I mentioned before, but also things like black tea. Black tea is not really good. It can inhibit that particular enzyme and stop it from working properly. So there's a couple of things food-wise there that we can put, if they're particularly relevant for you, that we can target to reduce from your diet to get that enzyme working properly. But to promote that enzyme, we can put in some specific nutrients, things like zinc, vitamin C, and your B vitamins, in particular the B3 and B1. So if we're looking at those particular minerals and vitamins, your zinc and vitamin C in particular, your Bs, you'll find in good quality proteins, so grass-fed meats are a good source of vitamin Bs, or your natural beans, legumes, lentils, that sort of thing. They're very, very good sources of B vitamins. But for zinc and vitamin C in particular, zinc we want to target our nuts and seeds, particularly pepitas, okay? So they're the pumpkin seeds. You've seen those in the supermarket. They've got a high vitamin C content, as do oysters. I myself don't particularly like oysters, but if you do, fantastic. Great source of zinc. But your nuts and seeds, in particular your pepitas, are really, really good for zinc. So get lots of those in, going to help that enzyme break down the histamine, get rid of it from the body. The second nutrient I spoke about there was vitamin C. And vitamin C, surprisingly, you will find a lot in leafy green vegetables that you don't stew, you don't boil the crap out of them, which leaches all the vitamin C out. You very, very lightly have, if you have them raw, or very, very lightly cook them. So a little bit of steaming. So that's your kales and your leafy green vegetables, that sort of stuff got high vitamin C. And you might have heard of some of the others like berries or your citrus fruits, so lemons and oranges. high vitamin C, really, really good to support that enzyme, DAO. And then your B and your vitamin B is in there as well. So that's two things that we can do through diet to support those particular pathways of histamine to A, to stop it from being produced in the body, and secondly, to get rid of it and excrete it, break it down. So that we spoke about histamine. Now the second thing is inflammation. So things you can do to control inflammation through your body are foods to target containing high omega-3 fatty acid content foods. So they will be your oily fish, so your salmons, your mackerels, your tunas, sardines, high omega-3 content. 3 main meals per week of those types of foods will do the job. Second thing you want to target is your nuts and seeds, particularly your flax seeds, flaxseed oils, and also your walnuts. They've got a high omega-3 content. So boosting those foods, controlling inflammation. The second food nutrient to target is quercetin, with a Q, quercetin. And two foods that are really, really high in quercetin are apples and onions. So if you can tolerate those sort of foods, sometimes people who've got gut issues have got problems with those foods, but if you can tolerate those foods, high quercetin content, reducing inflammation in the body, stopping that allergy process. So there's a couple of ways we can target to reduce allergies through natural methods and nutrition. Reducing histamine, helping break it down, getting rid of it from the body, and to reduce inflammation through those particular foods that I spoke of. There are many other options, of course, so I'd be here all day if I was talking through the whole lot. But if you do need some further assistance, please get in touch with us. We do see people with allergies quite a lot in our clinic. Happy to share a bit of extra information for your benefit. So hopefully you've got something from that. Take it with you, take it to your friends, your family, get the message out there because, it's the type of season. Allergy is upon us. So hopefully there's some tips for you. Take it away and hopefully it gives you some relief. Thanks very much for listening.